Hello and welcome, I'm Zombie Kitty, and that was a weird voice crack, but my original intro was I was going to be all mysterious and be like, oh, I'm not in London for MCMA, oh, where could I be? This is the convention I've been keeping a secret since January, but you guys would have seen the title. So, yeah, I'm not in London for MCMA. This is happening this same weekend, but I'm not there. I'm actually in Birmingham for Confuzzled. So, Confuzzled is, I think it's one of or the biggest UK furry convention. I'm very, very excited. So, the con did start today. So, today's like an opening ceremony kind of thing. And I don't know if they've got much else on. I think it's just like registration, open ceremony, that kind of thing. But I was travelling up today. I've had such a stressful journey. Sorry. I've had such a stressful journey getting up here. Everything was delayed. It was awful. But we are here. We are here. And it is good. There is nightclub nights pretty much every night. I've looked at the schedule. This convention is going to be crazy, like insane, but I haven't picked up my lanyard yet, so I can't go to the con. I can't go out tonight, so that's fine. I've had food, I've had a shower, so I'm in a pajama t-shirt, which is just, it's just Hyperia. It's just my Hyperia shirt, but I'm going to use this as my pajama shirt. So I'm going to be here from Saturday, which is tomorrow, until Tuesday. Yes, this this is a long convention. This is going to be so different. I did look up the times for like Artist Alley and Dealer's Den and stuff, and they don't open you know, at the same time as the con starts, which is really interesting as well. And like the vendors are all different on different days, which is really, really interesting. I've never been to a con like this before. So this is going to be really, really fun. I'm quite excited for this. But Zombie Kitty, I hear you ask, maybe, where is your fursuit? You're at a furry con? You don't have anything? Where is he? Well, actually, so he's a bit lopsided because the underside of him is a bit slanted. This is the Zombie Kitty mascot. So I'm only doing tail, paws and head. I would die in a full suit. And it's going to be so hot this weekend. I wouldn't be able to deal with it. So I'm just going to be in paws, tail and head. And also, this guy now has a name. So this is Zeke. This is Zeke the Zombie Kitty. There we go. Got his little head wound up there. The maker also added some piercings as well. So the fursuit head was done by Naito. The paws were done by Luna UK Studios, and the tail, I just got like a cheap one off Etsy. He's so cool. I have worn him a few times at home as well, just to like get used to it. I've literally only had him since Tuesday, so it's Friday today. But I've still tried to wear him a couple of times to get used to things. And the vision's pretty good, actually, which is quite nice. So, yeah, that's kind of the big thing I was worried about, was like vision-wise, what's it going to be like? Obviously, there's blind spots. I can literally just see in front of me, and that's kind of it. But I can actually see pretty clearly. You know, there's a big field of view for him, which is really good. So, yeah. So that's my first suit that I'm taking with me. I'm not going to wear him. This is a bit different from cosplaying, like regular cosplay, because while I, you know, do, like, once I'm in the cosplay, that's it. Fursuiting's a bit different, unless you're in a full suit. If you're in a full suit, you're kind of committed for the whole day. But because I'm just in, like, it's called a mini partial, is what I've got. Basically, you don't have to commit to like wearing it like for the whole day. So yeah, I'm gonna spend some of the day filming and then some of the day fursuiting for tomorrow. There are some things that I'm not allowed to film, so there's some panels and stuff, and some of the rooms I'm not allowed to take photos in or video recording. So yeah, I'm just going to film as much as I can that I'm allowed to. So yeah, but I think the other thing as well that I especially want to vlog this one is because the way that you buy tickets for this one, and there's one up in Scotland as well, it's the same process. You don't just go on the website and buy the ticket. You have to register an account, then enter a ticket lottery, and your application, your registration might be accepted, it might not be. If it is, you can then buy the tickets. So I don't even know if I'm going to be here next year. I have no idea yet. Overall, I'm really excited for this. It's going to be so hot, which is what I am nervous about. But yeah, I'm very, very excited for this. And yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow. Also, apologies about the noise. I put the fan on because this room was really boiling when I came in. Hopefully it's not too noisy, but yeah. But I'm going to go to bed. I've already had food and had a shower when I came in. So I'm just going to go to bed and I will see you guys tomorrow.
Cat. Meow. Very good.
So, good morning. Oh my god, my voice sounds awful. I left the aircon on all night by accident. So my voice doesn't sound great. My throat feels a bit like... feels a bit dry because I thought the aircon was going to switch on at some point, switch off at some point. It usually does, but I think it stayed on all night. So yeah, I feel fine. It's just, yeah, it's because I left the aircon all night. My throat feels a bit weird. It'll be fine. I've been having some water, so yeah. But morning. So it is. Technically, I think this counts as day 1 of Confuzzled. I am going to go have a shower and have some breakfast. And then take a walk down. It's going to be a bit different. This whole vlog's going to be a bit different from what I usually do. Because I'm not going to show you guys, you know, me getting into cosplay that I usually do. Because it is just... Oh, he's in a bag now. He's in my bag now. It is just going to be my fursuit, which is when you'll get like a photo or video of me. I do need to get there early today because even though my first panel I want to go to isn't until 3, I have to get there early for registration to pick up my lanyard. And I think that closes at like midday. So I want to get there early because I saw the queue of what it was like yesterday and it looked like quite awful. So yeah, I want to get there early today, and then after that I can kind of be a bit more chilled about it, which is good. But yeah, welcome to day 1 of Confuzzled. Got my lanyard! I am so overwhelmed. There is so much here. Like, this hotel's just never ending. Why aren't you focusing? There we go. I don't know where to start. So I just did some fursuiting for a little bit, just walking around. Yeah, you can see it. I'm so sweaty. I'm not used to this. But yeah, so I've had to take them off for a little bit and then I'll put them back on later on. But yeah, it was fun. Visual's not too bad. I've just got to look down a little bit because I'm quite used to. But yeah, I'm just very, very sweaty. So yeah, I'm gonna put it back on later on.
Tell us the name of your dinosaur.
My dinosaur is called Big Neck George.
Big Neck George. Is that the species name or?
Okay, so that is the end of the day activities at Confuzzled, day 1. It's not the end of the day overall because there is a club night happening tonight. I think there was another one this afternoon because apparently there was a fire alarm. Someone brought the fire alarm in the hotel last night. Apparently that's a regular thing. But yeah, so it started a few minutes ago, the club night tonight. I am going to go to it, just for a couple of hours. I think it'll be quite fun. I'm not going to take my fursuit head purely because I have to wash, and I did actually hand wash my balaclava, which is the face covering that I use for underneath, inside the head, because the head isn't actually like fully lined with any fabric. It's just the bare foam. So it's to protect the head more than anything else. But I've had to hand wash that because I did actually walk around for a bit in the fursuit head. And the first time I tried it, because I've never worn it in a convention before, was pretty horrible in terms of not vision, not anything like that, but how warm it was. I think the other times I kind of got used to it by that point, so it was a bit better. But yeah, not too bad. It's just a case of getting used to it and getting used to wearing the fursuit head. But yeah, the first time I was a bit like, whoa, this is a new experience. And then after that, it's just like, okay, I already know what it's like, so yeah. But yeah, it was really, really fun. I got there and immediately I was like, I don't know where I'm going, because it's in a hotel. So the convention is in like the Hilton Hotel opposite the NEC, which is a huge thing. I thought it was 2 buildings. I actually thought it was 2 buildings, but it's one giant hotel. And there's a whole bunch of conference rooms that it also has as well, which act as like the panel stages and stuff like that, and the dealer's den. And I haven't found the artist alley yet. So the artist alley is just for artwork. Dealer's den is a mix of artwork and other like stalls. So yeah, I managed to get into the dealer's den, and I am very surprised I did, because apparently it's always quite difficult to do so because of the queues. And even when I was coming out of the dealer's den, the queue was crazy. Like, the queue was insane. I'm happy with the time that I went. If I'd waited any longer, I wouldn't have been able to get in that day. Like, it was ridiculous. Very obviously very different from ComicCon, where you've just got the stalls laid out everywhere. Very, very different. I'm not going to say I prefer it, but I like it. I like that. I think that's kind of cool. And it's a different format, obviously, than what I'm used to, but I kind of like it. I think it's kind of cool. So the dealer's den, I actually did have a limit on how much I could spend. I did have a limit this time around. I'm not getting paid until the day I leave, which is really annoying. So yeah, I did have to be a bit careful, but I got stuff that I needed for the fursuit head. So I'll show you a couple of things. I didn't get much at all. I'm not going to get anything else either at this convention, because even though the stall holders change and stuff, I can't really spend too much now. I've got to save up and be careful with my money for the rest of the weekend. So yeah, I will do like, here's what I bought. But warning, it's only a couple of items this time. Compared to my usual Comic-Con vlogs. There was a really cool room. I think this was my favourite room, which was just filled with like giant inflatable animals. And like, what was it? You know, the rubber rings that you use for like swimming and stuff. So you had that kind of stuff, and it was just everywhere for like photo shoots and that kind of thing, which was really, really cool. It was very, very simple, but it was a nice sort of like hangout area and quiet area, because you had to be a bit quiet. You know, you couldn't, if you wanted to go on the inflatables, you weren't allowed to wear your shoes. You know, you weren't allowed to throw the inflatables around or anything like that. It was just a chill area, which is quite nice. So yeah, I spent quite a lot of time in there. But yeah, it took me a while to figure out the layout of the hotel, because I didn't really have any expectations of what it was going to be like. So yeah, once I got in, I was like, I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where anything is. This is insane. So I didn't really start wearing my fursuit head until... well, I wore it for the couple of photos that I'll put in with the Confuzzled signs. And then that was the first time I wore the head. And then after that, I think I waited until like 5 p.m, something like that, and they just wore it for like an hour. But yeah, I went to a panel, what was it called? What the F is this for something? And it was like an audience participation panel. I quite enjoyed it. I think it did go on for a bit too long. Like the last 15 minutes, I was kind of like, okay, I'm kind of, you know, waiting for this to wrap up now. But it was really, really fun. I did actually have a really fun time with it. Where it was like, you were put into teams and you had different rounds, and it was like, it felt a bit like, not Taskmaster, but that kind of thing, where it's like you got to do different practical things per round, depending on the category. And that was actually quite fun. But yeah, it felt just a bit too long. There was just a point where I was like, okay, I'm kind of ready to go exploring again. In the last 10 minutes. I didn't really get to do a couple of the other panels I wanted to. One, I wanted to do the night of the musicals, but I was in the inflatable room at that point and I was already with friends, so I did miss it. What was the other one? Oh, the VR portal. So I did take a picture of the sign outside because you're allowed to. You're not allowed to take pictures or videos or anything inside. And I wanted to try that out, but I'll be honest, I didn't understand what was going on. I didn't really get it. It was like a small room and there was a couple people there standing in front of like a projector screen. And I couldn't really tell what was on the screen. It looked like, I don't know, it looked like there was a webcam at the top and like the whole view of it was like a dark room with some VR avatars running around, but I didn't really understand what was going on with it. I didn't really get it. So I kind of left that one. There's an escape room. I want to see if I can try and find that tomorrow. Because I haven't found it yet. I was going to do it today, but I never found it. Tomorrow I'm debating on doing, there's something called the Danger Maze, but I think it's like a physical activity thing, so I'm not entirely sure I'll be able to do that one, but we'll see. Oh, tomorrow I've got a photo shoot as well, the photo studio. I did find that, so I need to go find that again tomorrow. But I've got a photo shoot tomorrow, so yay! But yeah, let's just show a couple things that sorry, I keep changing angles because my arms are getting tired. You're down here now. But let's go and take a look and I will show you what I bought. So I actually forgot about this, but in the morning when I went to pick up my lanyard, I got given a bag with a t-shirt because I signed up to get a t-shirt, the con book, which is like a guide to the convention, and a mini guide, and then these things. So I think these are stickers. This is something to put on your lanyard, apparently. Apparently it's like a group activity thing, which I didn't know about. I did not know that was a thing. And then, yeah, so this is like the big con book. This looks really nice. Oh, Dylan. Dylan's one of the mascots. I think this is Brock. I can't remember what this guy's name is. I can't remember, sorry. But Dylan's my favourite. But yeah, so the theme this year was musicals. So there was a lot of musical theme related stuff. This is a whole bunch of adverts and information to do with some of the stall holders in Dealer's Den. And then, yeah, like I was saying, you got the mini guide, which is like a miniature version of this. And then the t-shirt. I will say I'm not going to open it yet, so I will include a photo once I do open it. Because I just don't want to open it yet, but I'll put a photo into what it looks like. And then, yeah, like I said, I didn't really get much in Dealer's Den. I've got the balaclava. I've got a light pink balaclava in the no, it's just across the hallway, actually, just drying off. And the seller gave me a little sticker. Yay! I will say they didn't include a business card, so I apologise. I can't remember who they are, but if I find out or remember, I'll put it down here. But yeah, they didn't give me a business card, unfortunately. But Kanzio Art, who is always at Portsmouth Comic Con, was at Dealer's Den, and I bought this sticker from them. I'm trying to get this to focus. It's a Fat Monty sticker, which is really, really cute. Again, I didn't get a business sticker from this stall holder, so again, if I remember who it is or find out who it is, they'll be down here. But yeah, I apologise in advance. So Confuzzled did have like an official merch stall, but it was kind of full of like their previous year stuff. I think this is 2019's pin. So this is Brock. This is the Badger. Brock the Badger. I did want to find like, I tried to ask them, do you have like any Dylan merch? And unfortunately they didn't, which is a shame. He seems to be everyone's favourite though. But yeah, I did want to get this. And then lastly, the Mango Fursuit spray is by Weasel Wares. So there you go. There you go. And then the other Fursuit spray is by Lightning Strikes Furs. So there we go. This one I saw first. This was literally the first stall I went to. And yeah, because it was like the biggest thing I needed to get for the Fursuit head. And yeah, I got this one and then saw that this stall holder is selling these ones as well. This one actually smells really nice too, so I'm glad I did get it. But yeah, and everyone was really lovely. It was really, really nice. And even the staff were really lovely as well, which is good. But I am going to go off back to the hotel, the Hilton Hotel, to the club night. I can't take any videos or photos, unfortunately, tonight. So I will see you tomorrow. So, good afternoon. Yeah, I got back at like 3 in the morning. And yeah, so there was no way I was going to get up at like, you know, a few hours later for the morning stuff. There was no way that was going to happen. Last night was amazing. Very, very good. I did sit down a few times, but most of the time I was like up and about dancing, jumping around with one of my friends. And yeah, it was amazing. It was so much fun. Most of the music was like drum and bass and dubstep, which I really, really like. It's like my favourite genres of music. But I have not done a club night or anything like that in like 10 years. My body's reminding me that I am in my mid-30s. And I knew it was going to. I kind of ache all over, but I had fun, so it was all worth it. Look, this is all for future me to worry about later on. So yeah, it is like 2:45 p.m. The only thing I have planned today is I got a photo shoot today at 5, and then Forever Festival, which is like a gig, at 8. Now I didn't realise. I thought it was going to be like a couple of hours. It finishes at 1:30 in the morning again. I don't think I can do that for a second night. So I'll probably stay for like an hour or two, just to see what it's like. I think I can film and take photos of this one as well, so you guys will see this. But yeah, I'm not going to stay till the end again. I don't think I can do that for a second night in a row. I think the next night out I'm going to do is on Tuesday, because it's like the closing ceremony. And I think that is the big one where they, you know, they finish at like 2 in the morning. So, yeah. Oh god, check out the next day. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, this is day 2 of Confuzzled. Hello. I don't know if you can see me in here. This is a horrible view. So I've been walking around Fursuit for a bit. I am boiling, so I'm going to have to put this off in a minute. But I want to get a bit more of a feel of what it's like to actually be fursuiting around here. So yeah, not too bad at the moment, but I will take it off in a mo. I'm going to try and find the Face the Music escape room, because I realise I haven't actually found it yet. So yeah, I'm going to have to try and find that. So, meow. Do you know what I've realised I look like? I'm going to put the picture up here. I look like that meme, what was it, the meme guy from ages ago, in like the pink morph suit. Oh, I look so attractive. So, quite a lot of time has passed since the last clip. So, I did a lot of stuff actually, bearing in mind I didn't get to con until I think 5 to 5. And then I had to go straight to the photo studio because I had booked a photo shoot. And the backdrop, because the theme of this convention is musicals and music, they had like, you could use guitar, you could take a picture with a piano, you could take a picture with some drums. And I decided that one of the pictures I was going to do was me looking quite elegant mid-playing piano. And then I was like, can I have a couple of photos on the drums? But I just go nuts and you just pick anything that you can. You just go whenever, you know, you see fit. And I have never held anything wearing the paws. Because usually when I hold stuff, I take the paws off and then just hold it and blah, blah, blah. But he handed me the drumsticks to start playing. And I was like, yeah, I didn't really think about this. So he fit it in between the little paw pads. And I could like grasp it quite well. And then I started going nuts. And apparently he did get photos of this where I dropped it because I think one of them flew out of my right hand. And I literally just went, that kind of thing, like, what happened? So apparently he did get that. He told me straight away, like, I did catch you. I did, you know, manage to take a picture of you looking around, and it looked as if you were going like, what happened? Those photos aren't going to be in this vlog because I did speak to one of the other staff members afterwards, and they said that because they have millions of people doing the photo shoot, sometimes people book like double book them as well, so they get 2 photo shoots. They have so many to sort through, so he said it could take a year. It could take a year until these photos show up. So yeah, they're not going to be in the vlog. Obviously, once I get the photos, I'll put them as a short or post or something. So yeah, but that was quite fun. That wasn't, I think that's the thing, like, it's really been humid today, more than like hot. It's been quite humid and gross. But inside, because I was talking about this, I think, on Saturday or yesterday, because the hotel is so well air conditioned, it doesn't really feel that hot. Again, you compare this to the XL and stuff, and it's so boiling. Like, the only time I started feeling really boiling was when I was actually putting my fursuit head on. And I did do it a few times today because, again, I want to build up my tolerance for the heat. It's not so much uncomfortable or, you know, uncomfortableness around here or anything like that, or seeing I've kind of got used to it actually, but it's more heat is the thing to get used to. So yeah, I think I need to get a stronger fan as well. I've got a battery powered fan, but it's not, it's powerful, but it's not powerful enough for fursuiting. So I do need to get a stronger one. I will say I apologise if the volume of my voice is not very good in this vlog. I was trying to talk through the fursuit. You got that lovely shot of Zeke's mouth. It was so delightful. So yeah, I do apologise if the volume is a bit all over the place in this vlog. I'll try my best, but yeah, I apologise. But yeah, today was really fun. Right after I got out of the photo studio, I spoke to a dragon fursuiter who looked so cool. They've added me on TikTok actually as well, and they looked so cool. They were very, very lovely, and it was very nice to speak to them as well. So I spoke to them for a bit and then went back into the main lobby, and Dylan, who is one of the con's mascots. So Confuzzled has 3 mascots. So you got Brock, the badger, who I actually saw and met when I came out of the main stage in the evening as I was heading back to the hotel. Mel is the other one, who's a honey badger. Brock is a badger. Mel is a honey badger, and then Dylan is a crocodile. And Dylan's my favourite. Dylan's so cute. And I said, oh, you're my favourite. We were jumping around and he gave me a hug. We got a photo. I was very happy. But it was literally, got out of the photo studio, turned the corner into the lobby, Dylan was there. I was like, okay, this was one of the things I wanted to do at the con, was get a photo with Dylan. And I'm really happy I did. I then went around the hotel a bit more because I realised there's some stuff I still hadn't seen. There's a whole bunch of photo opportunities, like photo booths, like different cutouts and stuff, that you've seen one of them. But I kept seeing photos from other people taking photos with all these different areas, and I was like, I don't know where that is. Where is it? Turns out so the hotel has a swimming pool and a gym, which is insane, by the way, but it's around that area, and obviously it being a swimming pool is really humid, so I've actually been avoiding that area. I avoided it all of yesterday, so that's why I didn't see it. But yeah, those cutouts are really cool. I didn't realise they had one to do with like a diner, and like they got little plushies that are food, so I might see if I can get a photo tomorrow in that area. But yeah, the Lion King one and the hyenas I had to do. The hyenas in the elephant graveyard. Like, the hyenas were my favourite characters in the Lion King. Is it obvious? If it wasn't any more obvious I'm a furry, yes, the hyenas were my favourite characters. So I got photos in that. That close-up photo of me with the paws slightly raised is probably my favourite photo from the con, next to me meeting Dylan. Because with the Dylan one, I've cropped it a little bit because I forgot to put my paws on. Because I got way too excited. So I completely forgot to put my paws on. I met a couple of other TikTok mutuals that I've been speaking to before the con as well, which was really, really nice. They were very lovely as well. And yeah, then I went to the main stage event for the DJ night. Or like the, what was it called? The Forever Festival. So this is like the one that everyone sort of hypes up and says, like, you have to go to this. If you're going to go Confuzzled, you have to go to this. And I got there halfway through Sorbet's lineup. So they were doing 80s covers, acoustic 80s covers. That was really, really fun. I wish I'd got there right at the start of their set, to be honest, because that was so much fun. And then the next one was Kenny Young, who was doing punk rock music, and it was a mixture of like, there was a couple of covers in there. He ended and started with Blink-182 songs. I mean, you know the way to my heart. And then he did his own music, which, yeah, I really, really enjoyed that as well. I thought that was really, really fun. And they both had, like, really good... all the artists that I saw actually had really good on-stage presence and, you know, a good chemistry with the audience, which I really liked. Pent Up Pup was the one I was actually looking forward to the most, because they do EDM music. So I thought it was going to be like the night before, where it was like essentially a rave. It wasn't really. I did leave early because they were great, but it's not what I was expecting, and it wasn't actually really my thing after all that, which was a shame because they were pretty good. It just wasn't, I wasn't really feeling it, to be honest. There was a particular song that they sang where they were trying to get people to jump to the beat and like dance to the beat. But I was like, this is so slow that I can't really dance to this. I can't dance or jump to this. Compared to the night before where I was just jumping around all over the place, like non-stop. Yeah, I did leave early. Or earlier than I was wanting to, which is a shame, but yeah, it just wasn't my thing. But it seemed like everyone else was having a really good time, which is good. That's what you want. That is what you want. So yeah, I had a really fun time, even though I got to con quite late. I think for tomorrow, so because there's a Taskmaster panel, as in based on the TV show Taskmaster, that I might go to, which I think is at 1? I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to have a look at that one again. But knowing me and FNAF fan, I found a FNAF meet, which is a free. So I definitely want to go to that. And then, oh, the dance competition is tomorrow. So the big thing about like furry cons that I've heard about is the dance competitions. Like, you have to go watch the dance competitions, even if you're gonna watch a little bit. Like, you know, that's the big like thing that furry cons are known for. I really want to go and see that, even if it's just a little bit. I think that's going to be really fun. But yeah, that's obviously going to be really popular, so it depends. If I can't get into it, then there is a theme park themed meet happening at the same time that I'll probably go to. It depends what the queue's like and stuff like that, because I got into the Forever Festival pretty quickly, bearing in mind the queue was past Dealer's Den, which is, by the way, was ages away. Like, you saw the footage of the Dealer's Den queue from yesterday. Yeah, that was a long queue, but it was constantly moving and constantly going, so it wasn't actually too bad. So overall, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I forgot something. I did get a couple of freebies. So the table that I filmed in the lobby is kind of like a freebie table. And there was like a box on the table as well. There's like a trade box. So the idea is that you take something, but you have to replace it with an item that you have, that you want to put down. And the only thing I brought with me, because I left the FNAF bracelets in the hotel room. So the only thing I had with me were the business stickers. And someone next to me, right before I went to put the business sticker down in the box, literally said, "Oh, someone's put their business card here. Why did they do that?" I was like, oh no, it's the only thing I've got. Someone else had the same idea, but it's the only thing I've got as well, so oh well. So the business thing was this, which is really cute. The badge is adorable. There you go. I got a sticker. Picked up a sticker. Why am I lopsided? There we go. Picked up a sticker. Picked up this as well. So I really hope this isn't backwards. Back to front. This is the business card. Oh yeah, and then the last thing I picked up, there was a whole pile of Digimon cards. And the first one I saw was this guy. He looks really cool. That can go in my folder. But yeah, so I put my stickers around. Oh my god, focus. I know, it's been a long weekend. I know, camera, it's been a long weekend. But yeah, I put my stickers around a couple places as well. So yeah, but that's what I picked up today. I forgot to talk about this, but the last thing I picked up from the freebie table was this. Completely forgot about this. It's just been sitting on my table next to me. But this is by Cindercry. So Cindercry, I've bought quite a few things from at MCM and MegaCon. And they do have a stall at Confuzzled as well. So they're at Confuzzled this year. They had a lot of different merchandise for this particular con. So a lot more furry based artwork and stuff. And I think it was their friend or whoever was helping them at the convention came over with a box full of these mason, I think they're called mason jars, aren't they? Or like the big cups. And basically said the Cindercry basically didn't want to fill up her car again with these, so she's just giving them out. And there was this one, so the foxes, there was cats, and there was otters. I think she only had one of the otters, and someone grabbed them pretty quickly. But yeah, yee, cute. This is my Cindercry. But I am gonna have some food and then go to bed. And I will see you guys tomorrow for the last day of con.
Age 15, age 16, age 17.
What are you doing?
Rocky buy tickets. See Project Hail Mary.
Where'd you get the phone?
No need phone. Have your phone.
Wow. Okay.
Rocky get tickets for all friends.
With what money?
Ryan Gosling money.
Oh my good. Oh, what? I saw that. Well done.
So technically that is Confuzzled done. I say technically, obviously I explained this morning, but there is a DJ night tomorrow night, which is like a rave / closing ceremony, which I definitely do want to go to. So I'm probably just going to stay in the hotel for tomorrow during the day because it's going to reach 32 degrees again, like it did today, Celsius, sorry. 32 degrees Celsius like it did today. Oh my god, it was so warm. It was so hot. I've drunk so much water as well, so And the only time I actually did put the fursuit head on was to take a picture with someone that I had met the previous night, and who was very lovely. They were very, very lovely. We talked for quite a while, actually. And then I went to a Monsters meetup, which there was a Fursona that I had met the previous day, who I saw the next morning, like this morning, and they recommended, hey, your Fursona's a zombie, go to the Monsters meet, like, you'll have fun there and blah blah blah, and it will, you know, it suits what your Fursona is. So that was the only time I kind of put the fursuit head on, and oh my god, I was melting. I didn't keep it on for too long, to be honest, today. It was just too hot. The Monsters meet was fun. I'm too shy. I did get a picture with one of the furries, who was awesome, by the way. So you're going to see the picture, but their mask has like a miniature smoke machine, so they can bellow out, like, obviously not like cigarette smoke or anything like that, but you know, like smoke machines in like clubs and stuff, that kind of thing. And it's wireless, and the button to activate it was on his finger, which was so cool. He showed me as well. It was so cool. Yeah, that was a really cool fursuit and very, very clever. Look at you guys, you're all so clever. This is also amazing. I went to It's FNAF Time, which I thought was going to be a Five Nights at Freddy's like fan meet. And again, you'll see the video because I had to take a video of it. What it was instead was a lecture on FNAF, on the history of FNAF, which was very, very interesting, actually. Not in a mean way, but kind of funny that it was being hosted by someone in a full fursuit. It was kind of funny. And then there was a couple of bits to do with like audience participation. So there was a slide to do with, now you guys do your impressions of any FNAF character and we'll judge it. There was a fan art section to do with us judging what the best fan art was, with out of the selected art that had been put onto this presentation. And then I think a few of the artists were there in attendance, and with the most like cheers or raised hands, they would win a prize. So it was pretty cool. The only problem I had with it was that the host wasn't given any mic, and it was in a really small room right next to quite a busy hallway, and the crew, I'm guessing they weren't allowed to close the door, so I couldn't really, unfortunately, hear them for most of the time. So I didn't really know what they were saying most of the time. They did show the Markiplier, you know, Freddy, now, Freddy, where you going, Freddy? They did show that clip, which is really funny. They showed a couple of Dorco clips as well, obviously, Astral, Spiff as well, Jacksepticeye, and I said at the end, like, because I cheered when I was like, yay, when I saw like Dorco and Jacksepticeye being shown on the presentation. And I said at the end, like, I'm really sorry, like, if you heard someone yell really loudly with those moments, that was me. And she was like, no, I was kind of hoping people were going to do that. Like, everyone was really quiet. It's like, oh. But yeah, it was really fun. It wasn't what I expected, but that's not a bad thing. It was actually quite fun when I could hear what was being said. Yeah, I think you need to give microphones, like Confuzzled stuff, you need to give microphones to people who are doing presentations like this, because yeah, couldn't hear them for a lot of it, unfortunately. But they had, on the slideshow, they had notes of what they were basically saying, so that's why I could follow along and still have fun with it. The photo I said I wanted to get done in the area where there was a whole load of like photo cutouts, I managed to do. Obviously you've seen those photos. I was trying to do it where it was like Zeke was trying to like stuff a giant burger into his mouth, and it just wasn't working because his mouth's too small. But me being new to the fursuit head, I still can't tell, like, if I'm looking here like I am now, if his eyes are looking forward, or if I do this, which for me, that's my normal looking up head motion, like up there. But obviously Zeke's gonna look all the way up. So I'm still getting used to the head movements and what it looks like on the outside, that kind of thing. But I hope the photos came out okay. I passed Brock again once I was coming out of the dance competition. I didn't get a photo of him again because he was actually going out of the convention venue. Or I guess they were going to like a cool down area. There was a giant Gengar. I think I got a clip of this. There was a giant Gengar. And again, this was coming out of the dance competition. This kind of happened at the same time as Brock coming here. And I couldn't figure out why some of the hallway was blocked. And it's because of this giant Gengar was just hobbling around. It looked amazing, but it was really confusing for a moment. These are the freebies that I picked up. Oh no, please focus. Why aren't you focusing? There we go. 1. 2. 3, which is cute, and then 4, who I got this one from someone that I know from other conventions and stuff. I bumped into them this afternoon. Yeah, I made a bit of a mistake because I was going to... Oh, I got this from someone as well. Oh, you can't see it. No, it's a little seal. No, you can't really see it. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, you're down here again. Sorry. You're down here again. Yeah, I made a bit of a mistake because my original plan was I was going to go this morning just so I could miss the midday sun. But then I realised, actually, I'm going to be taking a taxi up anyway because I ain't walking in this heat. It's not going to happen. And it didn't start cooling down until I left the venue at 9. Which was insane. Which is absolutely insane. But yeah, I ended up leaving here at like midday. Whoopsie. It's fine. I literally paid the taxi, got out and ran into the hotel. Ran into the venue. So yeah. But yeah, the other thing I did watch was the dance competition. So this is kind of the quintessential thing that you have to go to if you're going to a FurCon. I've heard so much about dance competitions at FurCons. You have to go and see it. It's the one thing you've got to go and see. It was so fun. And the thing is, okay, so with dance competitions, it's kind of, especially with the fursuit competitions, it's kind of anyone can kind of join it. And even like the sidestepping dances that some people do are still accepted, because dancing when you're wearing a big giant carpet all around your body and head, I imagine is quite exhausting. So there were, obviously you're going to see some of the clips, but some of the dances were quite simple, some of them were quite intricate. I didn't film all of the dances because 1, I don't want to get copyright claimed because of the music, but also 2, I wanted to watch a lot of the other dancers with my own eyes instead of through a screen. So yeah, you're not going to see everything. I think there was 20, I think the host said there was 24 contestants, and I think I filmed a few. So yeah, I think my favourite one, my favourite one was probably Zach, who looked like a Zyrod. Is it a Zyrod, the Pokemon? The green and black dog Pokemon that can change forms? I think that's his name. But he looked like that, but I'm sorry, I'm biased. He danced to a FNAF song. Although actually there was another one who danced to Who's Running the Show by, from Amazing Digital Circus, which was really cool as well. They did the whole song, which was insane. Yeah, that was really, really fun. And also congratulations to the winners and runners up. You did amazing. Mad respect for you guys doing that in a giant, essentially carpet suit. Like, so much respect for you. It's so impressive. But that was really, really fun. And I'm kind of glad I went to it because I think it must have been after the it was after the FNAF event that I think the heat just started getting to me a bit. I was just starting to feel a bit a bit funny, a bit tired, and I think because I was feeling so warm, that was making me more tired than I actually was. So I did end up going off to the quiet lounge for a bit, and originally I was like, I'm actually going to miss the dance competition because I'm just going to go back to the hotel. The only reason I didn't was because it was still 32 degrees outside and this was like 5:30. So I opted not to, and I'm actually really happy that I stayed for the dance competition. I'm gonna go have a shower because, yeah, look, I'm sweaty. I'm also very stinky. This was a very warm day. It's gonna be the same temperature as well tomorrow. The only kind of event tomorrow is the Dead Dog Rave / closing ceremony, and that doesn't start until 8. So whether I get there right on time or, you know, a bit later on, I don't know, but I do want to stay for that whole thing. I think it goes on till just like midnight, so yeah, I do want to stay for that whole thing. But yeah, I'm starting to fall asleep. I'm going to spend tomorrow in the hotel, so I'll talk a bit more tomorrow about the con overall, because I kind of just want to have a shower and get into bed now. I'm so not used to conventions having day or night activities. It's amazing, but oh my god, I'm not used to it. It's very tiring work. But yeah, I will speak to you guys tomorrow. But for now, good night. Okay, yeah, so now Confuzzled is done. So it is the next day. Pretty much the whole day has passed, and I've just spent the day sort of chilling in the hotel room. I've posted up my photos on Instagram, so that's now on my socials. And yeah, that's kind of it. I've just been chilling aside from that, so it's been quite nice. So Confuzzled overall was amazing. It was so much fun. I really thought, because again, I'm used to Comic Cons ending at like 5 or 6 or even at 7 p.m. and then just spending the evening in the hotel. I am not used to, I literally don't have the time to do anything other than this. It was very, very busy. I was a lot busier than I expected to be, but it was a lot of fun. I definitely want to come back next year because, wow, I met so many people. I met a lot of people from Portsmouth Fairs as well that I already know. So it was really nice to spend some time with them as well. And it was really lovely to meet them again. But I also met a couple of new people who were very lovely as well. I think what I like as well, just moving on to the actual venue itself, I like the venue. So it was the Hilton Hotel, it was the whole building, and there's a section where the dealer's den was, where it looks like it's a separate building, but it's not. It is part of Hilton as well. I really like the venue. Yes, it was overwhelming on the first day because I didn't know where anything was. It was a lot bigger than I expected it to be, but I really like how spacious it was. Even the hallways were quite big. It was very well air conditioned, which I think is also really important, especially with yesterday, and even today is like 32 degrees. And I've just ran outside to get something, and it's not hot, but it's humid, like very humid. But once I got into the hotel, I didn't leave because it was really well air conditioned. I just didn't leave until it was like the end of the day or night. Yeah, I talked about most of the events that I've seen and stuff. There was a lot of different variety of ones, and a lot of them I didn't go to because either I wasn't interested or I didn't have time to. But point being is that they had a lot of different variety of events that you could do, and a lot of different workshops as well, and talks and stuff. And the ones I did go to were quite fun. I do think some of them ran on for a little bit too long. Like I said, with the Saturday panel that I went to, it did run on for a little bit too long. There was a couple of others that I went to as well that was just like, okay. But aside from that, yeah, this con's amazing. It was also really well organised and everyone was really friendly, including staff. Does it sound like I'm making a dig at MCM? I'm really trying not to, because I like MCM. You know, with all its problems, but it has a special place in my heart because it was the first one I ever went to. Like, all those years ago, it was the first one I ever went to. But it's so interesting going to a convention and knowing that, oh, it can be really well organised, actually. And then seeing everyone complaining about different things to do with, like, the staff and, like, you know, venue staff, as always, at MCM and all this lot, and like a few other things as well. And it always seems to happen after every single MCM. And I'm sorry, but, like, Confuzzled, like, you're amazing. I feel like you've kind of set the bar. And I know Confuzzled has been out for years and years. I've been wanting to go to this con for, like, I think a decade. I've been wanting to go to this con for years. So I know how long it's been going on for. However, it's really set the bar for how to organise a con. And also to have, I guess MCM actually does have a variety of panels and stuff as well. So I'm not going to knock it there, but definitely the organisation felt a lot better here. Now, obviously, I'm talking about my own experience. This isn't to invalidate anyone else's experience of Confuzzled. This is just my own experience. But yeah, like, wow. I really didn't want to mention the convention name, but I feel like it started to sound like you knew what I was talking about. Saying that, I am going to be going to MCM in October anyway. Probably just for like a day or 2 days or something. Because that's the one that a lot of my friends go to. So at the same time, it is a nice way to, like, socialise and stuff. So I'm not going to knock it too much. But yeah, Confuzzled was amazing. Saying that, I definitely want to go next year. At the time of recording, Confuzzled has announced the dates for next year and also the theme. So I don't know if I mentioned this actually at the beginning of the vlog. Look, it feels like it's been forever since I got here. I can't remember what I said at the start. But each FurCon has a theme. So this year was musicals. And next year is going to be racing, as in like scale electrics or go-karts or that kind of thing, which is going to be so fun. At the time of recording, they literally uploaded the announcement like 5 minutes ago. So yeah, I'm definitely going again. I think what I would do differently though is get a different hotel. Don't get me wrong, I love the Premier Inn. It's simple, but it's exactly what I need. However, it's on the wrong side of the NEC. And I feel like I say this a lot, but I don't know, I like the Premier Inn. It's simple to get to, it's easy to get to, and it's fairly, like, affordable. It's quite affordable as well, and that is the main thing. But I definitely think I need to get a hotel on the same side as the NEC, where the Hilton is as well. Because most of the money I spent over the week or weekend was on taxis. Either because my feet were too aching to do the 25-minute walk, or I think it's like 20 minutes actually. I found a shorter route that just goes around the NEC, which was like 20 minutes. But either my feet were too aching or it was dark by the time I got out and had to get a taxi for safety reasons. But I think most of the money I spent this weekend was on taxis. So I definitely want to get like the Moxie or something like that, which is on the other side. I did debate on doing like residency application for next year, but I think one, you have to share with someone, and I don't really want that because I quite like my alone time after a busy con, just to like chill on my own and have a bit quiet. But also, this is such a dumb reason, I've heard about the Confuzzled fire alarm going off. This seems to happen apparently every single year. I've sort of gradually heard about the famous fire alarm that goes off, and I don't really want to be woken up by a fire alarm that I have to expect is going to happen. It's such a silly reason, and it only seems to happen on one night. But yeah, I would rather not risk that. So yeah, I might have a look at the Moxie now that I know what the dates are for next year. Yeah, I might have to have a look at that. But yeah, so in terms of Dead Dog, which is the closing ceremony, I still don't know if I'm going to go, to be honest. I'm still quite tired. I had a noodle pot earlier as well for lunch that I haven't had before, and while it tasted nice, my body doesn't like it. It hasn't really agreed with me, so I don't feel amazing. Not too bad. I think I'll be fine by tomorrow, but yeah, I just feel a bit like ugh at the moment. So if I do want to go, I'd have to leave in like a couple of hours. So what will happen is, if I go, I'm going to film a little bit before the outro clip comes in at the end of the video. If I don't go, I'm just going to say goodbye in a minute, and then it will just go to an outro clip, because I haven't decided yet. I don't know. I don't know. It's so hot as well. I don't know if I really want to face the heat again, because it was so hot yesterday. So yeah, I don't know yet. You'll find out in the vlog whether I went or not. But I am going to say goodbye then. My next con, I don't think it is until October now. Like I said, I am going to go to MCM October, maybe for like a day or 2 days. But yeah, whether I vlog that one, I'm not sure. If I just go for the one day, I probably won't. So yeah, oh god, yeah, then the next ComicCon vlog you're going to get is in December. Wow. Look, I did say I don't like to do summer cons too much. Oh, and London Film Comic Con is cancelled. It's not happening this year. So yeah, I think there's a MegaCon in Manchester. I don't know. I don't know. You'll find out later in the year. But yeah, this was my vlog on Confuzzled. Yes, definitely going next year. That was amazing. It was so much fun. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all soon. Bye!